Hey, what's up? It's another episode of Watch You Strappin. These aren't watch reviews, they're just a quick wristwatch check with a optional aftermarket strap pairing usually. Sometimes I would consider these, basically um, extended review if I have a review on a watch, which I have not on this yet, or maybe these are ongoing reviews, or definitely ongoing user experience videos just to share my thoughts on the watch. And doing this in a slightly different setting today. Gave my car a service, so I'm usually filming in my car because the lighting's good, but because it's kind of misty and overcast today, heavy fog, I guess you could consider it, slight bit of rain. It's actually pretty good lighting outside, and I'm just walking around. I'm all trying to kill time and doing this video. So anyways, this is the watch I had since the last video, which is the Bourbon Gentry by Laurier Merlin. This is a automatic watch powered by Miyota 90S5, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a proper no date version, so there's no ghost date. And yeah, it's a really cool watch. Limited edition, 500 pieces. I believe by now they've all been sold out, which is not surprising. I think they were sold at a pretty fair price point, roughly around $400 or $500-ish or so, if I vaguely recall. But anyways, yeah, this is like a watch, a really nice homage to some of the very early World War II watches worn by pilots, primarily by the British RAF, but I believe some United States Army Air Force also wore a similar design, which is these Weems-style pilot watches. Excuse the truck making noises going by. But yeah, so I got into the history of this and the significance and how it works with the rotating bezel with the locking crown here that you see at the 4 o'clock position. Sometimes I think there might have been some variation where it might have been up by the 2, but for the most part down at the 4, which is my preferred position, because I think visually, if you're adding any weight to it, should be towards the bottom of the watch if possible. But there are some exceptions, but that's what I prefer. And it's just got a lovely kind of off-white, I don't know if you can sort of ivory, or I would say more almost like an eggshell white, very slightly textured, I would say, but it's got some excellent, 3D actually lume application that's on the numbers, and nice heat-proof hands. If I can hit the angle just right, it'll pop out right about there. There you go. And today I decided to switch it over to, actually for the last couple of days, since the last time I shot this video with this watch, shot a video with this watch was I was on a Haviston. Now this is another strap I've had for a while, 20 millimeters. It's an Erika's original MN strap. This is, I'm trying to remember the exact name, but this is basically what they considered, I think, a tone-on-tone look for their original, which I think it's the original strap colors, which is what it's called, but it's basically like this olive drab, green drab, parachute style strap. It's very elastic, and it's got this kind of subtle center stripe down here, which I really like this color, and I've used this on several watches. I was actually the main reason I was tempted to, and I bought my the green Willard a while ago now, and even a green street tuna that had a similar color palette, and just been sitting around since then. I don't know, I haven't found a specific watch to use this with since I've been switching my watch collection around. But this one, I was just going through my boxes of straps and looking for things I could pair with this, just to show off and give some people some ideas for their own watch if they have this or something similar. And yeah, I think this works pretty good. I just kind of put it up to the watch and decided that this was going to be pretty nice to pair with it. Just something about, hang on a second, just waiting for some people to pass because I don't want them to just watch me do this while I'm talking to myself filming my watch. But anyways, what I was saying, yeah. But I think I just pair the, I just usually will put a watch right next to some straps that I have some ideas on, and just kind of, I don't actually physically attach them, but I just kind of, put it right over as if it would be attached, so you get an idea of, if I get an idea of what it should look like. And this, if it hits a certain chord with me, like, it's just like, oh wait, this looks like a pretty nice combination. It works. And some things that I thought would work, when I actually pair it up, it doesn't quite do it for me for whatever reason. Like some of the details just don't, in my eyes, mesh and work together. But this one did, and I think anything with this military kind of color should work really nicely, and it does. It's a comfortable strap. These are all generally made to order, unless you buy it from a place such as Hobin's. They do carry MN straps from Erika's original, and they are already sized. But I was saying, like, from Hobin's, they have them. I'm not sure what their set size is for these. I mean, these are totally adjustable anyways, but unless you got a really small, really particularly large wrist, that might pose an issue. But usually when you order directly from Erika's Originals website, they're made to order, and you just specify your wrist size, and they'll get you the right strap length so that it can go up and down that reasonably well and fit right. It won't look like it's too little or too much material, which is great. They're not inexpensive. Last I checked, they start off at pretty close to around $80, I think, somewhere around thereabouts. And of course, it can go up as you do some custom, if you spec out some hardware that might be a little bit more premium, it just costs more. Like if it's black, like coated, or bronze material, you can easily be around 100 or so. But yeah, and then just going back to this, I think the Fotina, I guess you want to call it, that cream ish loom on the watch, I think works pretty well. It just kind of matches that center stripe, just this lighter warm tone, but not exactly, but it's just kind of, I just think it just works. And that's basically all I got to say about that. Just wanted to share it. What do you guys think? I think it looks pretty good. It's just another different look for this watch, and I think it works well. It almost gives it a field watch vibe, but I don't really do field watches, except for the Vertex M100A. That's probably my favorite, like, field watch design that's specifically designed as a field watch, I should guess. It's Dirty Dozen inspired for sure. It is one of the original makers of the Dirty Dozen watches back in World War II as well. So they got some lineage there. But other than that, yeah, the field and pilot watches are almost interchangeable. They're very, very similar. Just, I guess, how you use them. And for the most part, you can use anything for anything. You can use a dive watch for a field, or a pilot's watch. Who cares, right? It's just what you care, how you plan to use it, and we'll make it what it is, I suppose. But yeah, anyways, I used to own a reissue, a special limited edition from Japan, Longines Weems pilot watch. It's very faithful reproduction, replica of some of the ones that they used to make. There's so many variations on those watches, but the size and everything about it was very spot on. And check my videos a little while back now, when I used to own it. Was nice, but again, true to its vintage design roots, it's 33 millimeters, which is quite small. But I took it in the context of its design origins, and just roll with it. And wear it for a while. I guess I got acclimated to the smaller size, but still, it did feel a bit dainty. And it works with 16 millimeter straps. This is a great one. So they took this design, but they mixed it up. It's kind of its own thing, but it feels like one of those watches from the World War II. But it's in a good modern size at 37 millimeters, which I think you don't want to go much larger. It will be like 39 or even 40 would just feel, or even more, would definitely feel too big for this style. It should still remain relatively small and compact to how it originally was. And I apologize if my walking around is making the things shake a bit. I'm just trying to stay in motion here as I'm recording this. But I forget when I'm zoomed in, the video stabilization is kind of off. Hang on a second. So anyways, I was saying that, yeah, I think 37 millimeters is just right. And it also has 20 millimeter lug spacing. So it makes for a great strap monster. It does have drill lug holes too. So drill through lug holes. So that'll make changing strap that much easier. And so, yeah, I think it's a good modern homage to those watches, and really enjoying it. It's different than, a very typical, but classic, Flieger style watches, the type A or the type B dials from the German forces. I like those, and I thought I would end up with one, but I never ever bought one. I just felt they were a little bit, for me, too generic. And that general design can vary greatly in price range. You can go for some really inexpensive ones from, whatever Chinese brands are making off of AliExpress or thereabouts. You can go decently priced for genuine Swiss ones, such as from Laco or Stoba. They were two of the original 5 manufacturers of Flieger watches, and you can go even higher end, much more expensive with, of course, IWC, which for me, I don't see the point in spending that much on. I just think the difference in the way that A dial style of watches, which we're talking about, the big pilot or something like that, right? The big crown pilot, or the pro pilot watches. One of the Mark series of watches. They're nice, but I don't know. Quite expensive when you can basically get that similar look for a lot less. But that's just me. Anyways, I just wanted to show this and just put it out there since I have time. So yeah, I would say nothing more other than have a good day and enjoy your watches. Later.